Good morning. It's Monday. It's not Monday. Take that back. It's Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. It feels like Monday to me. I've got a couple things that I've been working on, a couple things that I'm doing, and I am way behind time to be here for class today. It's okay. It all works out, and that sense that I can do this asynchronously, that it's not required that I be online at a particular time, is something that I appreciate very much. That sense of looking at my cat, what she's looking for. Hang on. It is Monday. It is. It's Monday. It's just Wednesday on the calendar. All right. So, I've gotten started late. I'm going to cover a few things fairly quickly. And then I'm going to try, no, I'm not going to try. I'm going to come back later on today with a little bit more coherent presentation that will include maybe a little bit more on the connections. Let's get started. All right, so sword, the series that we've been working on. We have here, and we come around, down, out, up, come around, jump, down, up again, around, and down. Now, this last couple of movements, I will tell you that I'm pretty sure that they go with set 8, not set 7. All right, pretty sure. I need to go back and look at my notes again and review just a little bit more closely some of what I previously have. The difficulty for me when I was first learning was that not only was I trying to learn, and hang on a second. Okay, sorry. This is a different message service. All right, I thought it was something here. That sense of paying attention to the movement and then trying to learn it in Chinese, trying to figure out what was being said and connect it, it wasn't working for me. So let me learn the movement. As I developed my skills, being able to more precisely say, okay, this movement is here. This is what I'm doing, right? This is what I'm doing here. I am 100% clear about that. That sense is something that we need to have, and as we pair that back up with what I have from the original Chinese, I'm going to clarify a lot more. All right. From Yeah, just start, lean back from here. This is good as any. Start here, come around, 1, 2, down, up, down, in, up, come around, step up, jump, up, and down. Other side. Back, come around, up, down, in, up, back, jump, up, and down. Second time here, I did not pause to suspend up here. I should. That effort matters, both from the standpoint of keeping form and from what we're doing, what's listed, what's in the form, what should be there, what shouldn't be there, what goes in this place, what goes in that place. So as I step out here, come around, so here, and I'm here, right? That turn to get ready for the jump, everything pulls in, pull in, and go up. That effort to make the movement as clean as possible, not muddled or mushy, is something to work for. And we want that clarity in the movement the same as we want whatever language we're using. In English, 也可以说韩语，有听不懂啊？我全部都说了韩语，大家都听懂？那不可能，啊 So if I was in China, then I was speaking in Chinese, it'd be good. I'm not in China. I'm not speaking to mostly Chinese audience, so my speaking in English is a good thing. The movement and the way that we move through whatever the art form is matters to how that movement can be interpreted and how that movement can be reinterpreted by someone else. All right, so I'm going to show you this. Hey, I'm going to start on this side. All right, so nice, smooth, easy movement, right? I'm sorry, but that's my impression of what I just did. No. No. It was pretty. It was fluid. It was very liquid. It looked like dance. It didn't look like martial art. Didn't. Similar idea. That sense of liquid and fluid, but not so much the dance part. not so much the dance part. Okay? That sense that there is purpose behind the movement, that there is something more than just, let me do some things over here. There's more to it than that. Part of that is the internal workmanship. Part of that is using the form. Part of that is understanding what we're doing. Right? This is not dance. It should look beautiful. Right? The same as the sword should look nice. But it should be well balanced. I should be able to use it without hurting my hand. Right? So if the grip has got something here that is going to hurt my hand every time I move it, not really. Should be smooth, right? That sense of where's the balance? I'm a little bit heavy-handed over here. This is all right, sort of. It's still a little heavy on this side. I should have a little better balance on this end, so that here is the middle, right? Or it would be. The turns, I don't normally put the tassel on my sword, so not something that I've ever really worked with. I could, probably should. Tassel on the sword, so that as I move the sword, one of the requirements is to not tangle the tassel. Okay, so if you've got a tassel here and you wrap it around your wrist, no, you've not done something that you, or you've done something that you needed to not do. Okay, that delicacy is something that we want to develop. That, again, that's that skill with turning the blade, and how does the blade move so that the tassel follows the blade and doesn't get tangled up. All right, all of those moves I just did, the tassel would not get tangled up. It just kind of follow along. That sense of where we're going with the blade, how we move, is something that we need to bring into every move. Right? That's the next one. One of the things that Wudang Tai Chi sword and Wudang Dragon sword both have is a movement backward. We're not going forward all the time. There are movements that go backward. And that sense that we have the ability to move in both directions as part of what we're doing is something that I have found valuable. Right? From here, from up, around, and down. So we have just completed the jump, up, around, and down. Suspend here with the idea that as you come across here, there's something that you're moving out of the way. Here, slice across. Before you bring it down, come down with your full weight. Don't just, hey, you don't touch, no. It just comes down with your full weight. Don't overemphasize that, okay? It should still have that same quality of finesse and clarity. it doesn't change. So what you don't want to do is make it seem as though it belongs to something else. Okay? It's a common thing that happens. We're going to do this again. It's a common thing that happens when people are studying more than one art. Okay, they learn this one, they learn this one, and it mushes the two together. I've done the same thing. I've had my Xingyi look a little bit more like my Tai Chi. It doesn't anymore. There was a time when it did. I had my Wudang Tai Chi look a little bit too much like my Yang style Tai Chi. Doesn't anymore, but there was a time when it did. And the better I got at making those distinctions, the better I got at understanding how this particular form moves and how it should move. Okay? So this is not a Tang Soo Do move. This is not something out of a karate dojo. This is not, it's not. Okay? And that sense of, what is this? What am I learning? What am I working on? Is something that should be pervasive in whatever you're studying, so that you clearly distinguish which one belongs where. Bagua does not belong in Xingyi. Bagua belongs with Bagua. Tai Chi does not belong in Xingyi either. Xingyi belongs in Xingyi. Dragon sword. My Tai Chi sword does not belong in my dragon sword. It's a dragon sword. It's not my Tai Chi sword. That difference in the way that we move, in the way that we approach the movement, matters. And also matters to not drag the sword across that decision. This is what I'm going to do. Here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm going to stop. Makes all the difference in the way that we move. A little bit slower. Step down, in, slice up, bring it around, step in, up, and down, come up again, around, up, and down. We go back, that is the next move. That, I could go forward, I could, but right here, that's not what happens. One more time. Not too fast, not too slow. Pay attention to each move. Pay attention to the beginning and the ending of each move. The effort here from here, we should lean back a little to bring the sword down. That, I'd rather not lean back, actually. I'd rather not. But we should. And it's something that we should learn to do. I don't like doing it. So I'm going forward. I'm always thinking I'm going forward. That come back and then come around makes a difference in how the body moves. You can use the waist, turn through the hip, as well as what I can do with the sword, as well as me getting out of the way of something that might be coming at me. Right? Being able to lean back matters. Understanding that it is something that we should do also matters. All right, one more time. From here, right? Stay up, step, turn, step up, jump, down, come up, and down. The strength and the ability to come up on one leg, stay there, do some more moves, and then come down is something that we're working on. All right, I'm not going to beat up on it so much more today. I will beat up on it again more later as we develop more of the skills from Dragon Sword. This idea that we go up and down, that we use the full extent that we have. And what we have is variable, right? We use the full extent of what we have, and that the sword really does take on that characteristic of a dragon. That it's not nice and it should flow, but that sense that the dragon has claws and that the movements are quick, complete, fully articulated, fully developed. There's not this part left out, this part left out, that we use each movement to the fullest extent possible. And that we bring the elements that come with the sword, the tip and the sides, to the practice so that as we're moving, as we're turning, the sword really can take on that sense of being a dragon. Wonghajin, dragon becomes a sword. Dragon changes into a sword. Sword changes into a dragon. Dragon changes into a sword. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow and Friday with Wudang Qigong. Next week, we clean up the sets, clean up the numbering, and we get the next sets. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.